This is an instructional video for authorized Cleaver Brooks representative service technicians to understand the proper installation and pour of a Cleaver Brooks boiler's rear door. To begin the process, be sure to have the proper equipment. The original castable refractory is the only castable authorized by Cleaver Brooks to pour rear doors. Cleaver Brooks provides 2 conveniently packaged rear door kits, which provide all the necessary materials. The kit for the lower half contains the castable, pins, speed clips, expansion paper, sealing gasket, sight hole gasket, and adhesive. The kit for the upper half contains the ceramic fiber blanket, stainless steel pins, speed clips, mesh, and moldable. An installation drawing is included for both kits. The safety equipment is standard: safety glasses, hearing protection, dust masks, and gloves. For this particular process, you will need an adjustable wrench, jackhammer, pry bar, grinder for anchors, shovel, waste bin, welding machine, welding rod, and helmet. You can purchase your 4 cubic foot paddle mixer and internal vibrator with 1-inch head through Cleaver Brooks. The mold is to Cleaver Brooks OEM specification, helping to maintain the integrity of the boiler. Because it is made of fiberglass, it is lightweight and manageable. Bolt holes are pre-cut as well as the sight port. The mold can be leased through Cleaver Brooks Aftermarket. The process begins with the rear door swung open and left on the boiler, as you see on this 60-inch Cleaver Brooks boiler. Remove all old castable and insulation. Repair or replace any damaged anchors before you begin. Here is a CB 60-inch rear door prepared to be poured. The tech is applying the supplied pin layout template and drawings. Marking out all the pin locations with the magic marker assists in welding placement. Weld all the pins in the specified locations where you previously marked. Spray the supplied adhesive to install the 1/8 inch expansion paper over and under the steel baffle. Here we see the tech actually cutting the paper and then wrapping it around the baffle. We recommend using strong leather gloves, mask, and eye protection for the next steps to protect from the pins. Using the drawing as a guide, install insulation layers 1 through 5, making sure all the joints are tight. Don't forget to cut a hole in the rear sight port.
How do you know where to cut?
Each piece of the backup insulation is marked. Pound the piece into the door in the proper order. Utilizing the cutting knife, slit the back of the insulation slightly to allow for bending.
Allow it to bend.
This is a good example of the speed clips being installed over the pins by pressing them firmly against the board. When preparing the rear sight port, trim a 45-degree angle on layer 4 around the hole. Place a 1/4 inch paper gasket over the port inside the steel flange. Bend all of the wavy anchors to a 60-degree angle using a 4-inch long by 1-inch diameter pipe to bend the anchors properly. Check, and if needed, trim layer 2. The long point should be 1 inch from top of steel flange. Taping the ends with masking tape allows for expansion around the pins. Place sealing neoprene gasket around flange, keeping it 1/8 inch from the inside of the flange. Do not get it inside the head.
We keep that gasket in for an good eighth of an inch.
It is a good idea to take the time to measure the 1/8 inch. These steps need to be followed exactly. Be sure to clean and oil the Cleaver Brooks mold before utilizing. Oiling the mold helps keep the OEM specification and provides for ease in removing from the rear door. Bolt mold in place and put an additional clamp between the 2 bottom bolt holes. 3/4 inch by 4 inch long bolts are used on old style flanges. 3/8 inch by 4 inch long bolts with washers are used on new style flanges. Tighten bolts sufficiently to prevent mold from slipping. When installing the rear sight port mandrel, be very careful. Do not tighten too much, it can break the mold. Just be sure it is secure. For every 55-pound bag of castable, use approximately 3.5 quarts of water in the Cleaver Brooks 4 cubic foot paddle mixer. Be sure to wear respirator and eye protection. Mix the water and castable for 3 minutes. Use a stopwatch for precise timing. Depending upon the situation, shoveling or wheelbarrowing the castable to the head is the easiest process. After placing the castable material between the mold and insulation, use the Cleaver Brooks vibrator with the 1-inch head steady for every 2 bags of castable. Fully submerge vibrator head into castable and withdraw vibrator head slowly to avoid trapped air pockets. Here the tech is troweling and vibrating the castable to keep air pockets out. Notice how slowly he vibrates the castable. Trowel off the top, making a flush, smooth form. It is a good idea to add a plastic covering to keep the area clean. Cleaver Brooks provides all the materials in one kit to insulate the upper half of the rear door. Put all the layers in order. Each layer is marked. Start with layer number 1 on the floor and layer number 2 on the wall. Install without folding at knuckle. Make sure all the seams between layers 1 and 3 are tight and any voids are packed with the insulation blanket. Install the screen with the speed clips, pressing the speed clips firmly against the screen and blanket. Here is a good look at installing the speed clips correctly. Bend all pins against the face of the insulation to hold the speed clip tight. Cleaver Brooks genuine poured rear door to OEM specification. Apply a bead of LDS moldable to the joint between the blanket and castable with a standard caulking gun. Allow your newly poured and insulated rear door to set before removing the sight mandrel, the fiberglass mold, and the neoprene gasket sealing tape. Cleaver Brooks advises all service technicians be assured to follow all standard precautions and procedures. Contact your Cleaver Brooks parts analyst for part number, price, and availability for the material used in this instructional video. These kits provide a long-lasting solution, yet install quickly with minimum setup requirements. The kits also offer the most in safety benefits because there is no need to remove the heavy, hard-to-reach doors.